Good afternoon. I'm Laura Ehrenberg-Chesler, co-CEO of Crossvault Capital Management. In our ongoing series for our Crossvault Conversations, this will be part 2 with Mark Flaster, who is co-founder of Sandler O'Neill, a New York investment banking firm that specializes in banks and credit card companies. He'll be discussing the credit card industry with us today. That you focus on, I know that you all don't just focus on banks,
right,
but you also focus on the credit card companies, or you have some involvement
yes,
with regard to underwriting and supporting from a
trading.
Thank you for the credit card companies. Can you tell us how you view the credit card companies in relationship to the consumer and our current economic environment?
Well, I think what most people would like to say is that the credit card company has become a substitute for an individual loan. So in the past, people, if they needed additional equity to use for some purpose, may have gone to a bank and taken a personal loan out. That was the way it was many years ago when we were small. Today, we have a piece of plastic that substitutes for that. Even for small businesses, they have a piece of plastic. Instead of going to a bank, a small business has a credit card. A big company just got out of that business, and they supply credit with up to $50,000 for those companies. For individuals, it became an easy system of accessibility to additional credit or spending. People saw this as within their let's say the grasp of a service that they had the income or the wherewithal to develop the income that they could service this debt, and they used it to their advantage, which meant that there was high level of retail sales. There was a lot of consumption. If you travel the world, you know that in the United States we consume everything. In the world, they save everything, and then what they save they send here, and then we consume. But the change in of expectations has been reflected in how people are spending their money or using their credit cards. Then on top of that, the banks have stepped in and said that we're concerned that people have limited opportunity to develop more income. Some of them are losing their jobs, and many, in fact, 500,000 people every month. And so the banks, to protect themselves, has turned around and said, well, we'll limit the amount of credit people have. And so they went to their credit card book and said that we gave everyone, let's say, as a median $2,500 credit limit, and we're going to cut it back to $1,500. And that meant for most people who had $1,500 outstanding, they no longer had that cushion, and now they had no additional leverage to go and spend any more money. So that immediately changed their own mind about how they're going to spend money, and we start to see that the people repaying credit cards, and so the amount of debt outstanding declined $13 billion last month, and it will probably continue to decline as long as we're in this economic street.
So, Mark, would you say that consumers use credit cards more when they feel good about how much they'll be able to repay, or how easily they'll be able to repay those cards?
Expectations are very good, a very important part of economic activity. If people feel that their future has opportunity, then they're going to assume liabilities. If they feel it's not, of course, they're going to withdraw, and that could